Today we're out here at the OSU Student Farm to plant our basil transplants. You might remember that earlier we planted some basil seeds in the greenhouse, and we've taken them, we've hardened them off, and we have them ready to plant out here. You can see we've got nice transplants, a couple inches tall. We've got some true leaves coming on there. We've got a good root system as well. Now you'll see that as they were hardening off, they did get a little frost damage, but they're gonna grow right out of that. Basil loves warm temperatures, so I know as soon as we get these in the ground, they're gonna take off. Our bed behind us here is also prepped. We've got a nice raised bed that's covered with plasticulture, plastic mulch. Underneath there is a drip tape, and so the plastic is really nice to help with weed suppression. So that's a lot of times one of the biggest problems with field-grown crops is that weed competition. It robs a crop of its resources, its nutrients, its water, and so that'll help suppress some of those weeds. Now we're gonna plant these on an 18-inch spacing, 2 rows down a single row, so it's gonna alternate back and forth. And today I'm excited because we are out here with some of the student workers, Sam and Parker, who are gonna be helping us. So Parker's our driver, right? I think we're ready to get started. And Sam, you're gonna show me how we use this transplanter thing, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of an awkward seat a little bit.
Yes.
So we're gonna just be riding back here a little bit, right? And what's the first thing that we need to know about when we're on here?
So basically when Parker starts the tractor, we'll turn on the water and get a plant ready in our hand. And once he moves, when the hole is created, we'll just put the plant in there and cover it up.
Okay. So it just makes a nice hole for us so we don't have to do any digging.
Yes.
We got a nice ride here, air cushion ride. We got our gloves on.
Yeah, and then the water comes down so it reduces some of the shock for the plant.
So how do we give him the cue to get going?
Parker, you're good.
So how fast are we gonna be going? Like, do I need to really be ready, or is this?
So thanks to the hydrostat tractor that we have, it actually allows us to go in less than half a mile per hour. So we will be crawling pretty slow. Give us time to put the plants in.
So obviously we can turn the water down a little bit. I think we finally got that regulated, right?
Yes.
Can you also change the spacing on these things?
Yeah, so we have different spacing wheels depending on the type of plant. So for these, we're doing 18, like you said, for the aeration, and just to get a bigger, bushier plant.
So I feel like I might be missing a few with these, but I suspect it's a little bit easier to fix some mistakes rather than having to do all this by hand yourself.
Yeah, so even if you miss one or two, we have people in the back usually that are helping us.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, so they can fill in those blanks for us. And then, yeah, it obviously is a big time saver, because if we were on our hands and knees right now doing all this work, it would take hours for sure.
So that's it, Sam.
Yep, doesn't take very long.
No, I think that was like 10 minutes?
10 to 15 minutes per row typically, yeah. It doesn't take very long.
Maybe me a little longer.
Yeah.
We might go back and kind of check some of them at this point just by hand, but we
Yeah.
got our helpers back there.
That's typically why we have them, so they can just make sure that we have them all planted right and don't have to go back and do it again.
Okay. So I did notice there's a bit of a twist when you're doing this, right?
Yes.
So do you guys rotate seats so that you can twist the other direction?
You know, we have talked about doing that. We always joke about like, oh, we're gonna get abs on one side, so we always like joke about doing it. I typically don't switch sides, but you can if it does hurt your back.
All right, well, definitely a time saver, and it's easier on your back all around rather than bending over doing all of
it.
So.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me out today to do this, and we look forward to seeing our basil grow.
Me too.
We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.